M95 protective mask system. The M95 protective system consists of the M95 protective mask. Comes in two sizes, regular and small. Next, the M95 filter canister, drinking bottle system or canteen, and if need be, optical insert spectacle frames. When you receive your protective mask, it tends to come with the harness is self-adjusted to some extent. What you're going to do before you fit your mask is you're going to loosen the straps on the harness. Loosening the strap, you take a finger, you pull back while you're pulling on the strap itself, and it will loosen to the stop mark. Go ahead and fully loosen each one of these before you put the mask on the user. Best way to do this is flipping the harness over the front side of the mask. Opening and exposing the seal. Make sure everything is flipped back and this pulled down. The harness should be pulled down along by the exhaust valve. Now it's time to put the mask on. Before he puts the mask on, what he's looking for is to be able to put his chin into the mask. He's going to dip his chin in, lay his forehead into the mask. Go ahead. Flipping the straps around, the harness around. Go ahead and spin around, show the back to line up. Now with the protective mask on, we're going to adjust the harness. Make sure the harness is centered in the back of the head. Make sure this bottom part of the harness is nowhere near the collar, or at least an inch above. Start with adjusting the top two straps. Try to hold it in place in the harness. Lock on the bottom two straps, pulling snug, and then lock on to the middle. Make sure it's not over tightened, make sure it's not too loose, it needs to be snug. Make sure the harness is in the center of the back of the head. Now we're going to be going through the clearing and sealing process. Clearing means covering your exhalation valve, blowing the air out of your mask, and sealing means blocking the inlet valve and sucking in. Go ahead and clear your mask. Go ahead and seal your mask. When you seal it, you're going to notice that the mask is drawn into his face. Okay? Go ahead and clear and seal together. Clear, seal. Okay? What he's doing here is he's sucking in and letting go, sucking in and letting go. What he's going to do is there's two steps where he's going to suck in for about 10 seconds. That's just trying to find a leak, especially when we use banana oil a little later. Now we'll be attaching the M95 filter canister to the M95 mask. The M95 consists of a HEPA filter and carbon-based material, which is media. One absorbs, one filtrates. With the filter, take the large screw cap off and always make sure to pull the plug on the bottom. There's two things you need to take off when you attach a filter to a mask. Mask in hand, screwing the filter onto it snug, and in about 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn. Now with the mask and the filter on, we'll go ahead and have him clear and seal his mask. Go ahead and clear. Go ahead and seal. And you'll notice if you look that the filter intake is quite large, so when you put your hand in the way, you want to put your palm over the hole. Want to go ahead and show him how to clear and seal again? Okay. You use banana oil to fit test the mask. Banana oil is used to test to make sure the filter's good, the valve's good, the drinking port valve is good, the exhaust valve is good, and the seal is good or intact. We're going to make sure that this doesn't leak. While I'm holding this in key points, he's going to be cutting off his air, trying to force the air into the mass through the seal or through the valves. First in the ampule, first place we'll go is to the filter. You can have the user breathe in normally, 1 or 2 times, asking if the user detects any odor of bananas. Do you smell banana? No. Okay. Moving on, you're going to go to the collar and where the filter fits into place. You're going to have him cut off his air, which is you're trying to force a leak into the mass. With the user not detecting any banana smell, we're going to go to move to the center for the drinking port. On the drinking port, he's going to cut off his air also, trying to force a leak into that port. With no odor detected, move over to the exhaust valve. He's going to go ahead and cut off his air again. You want to have him cut off the air at least twice. And then go slow at it. You don't want to rush him into it. Go and cut off your air again. This valve here is pretty critical because sometimes it can stick. Next we're going to move over to the opposite side inlet valve, making sure the cap or the plug is intact. Now we're going to have him look straight up, cut off his air, and we're going to try to see if it'll penetrate or if it's leaking around his chin area or his jawline. And cut off your air one time. Okay, go ahead and look forward. Then we're just going to have him breathe in normal. Then he'll cut off his air. And you're looking at the temple area. This is the chance of, if it's going to leak into the chin or in the temple area. I'm going to move to the other temple. You don't want to touch their skin with the ampoule, but come real close as you can without touching. Notice when he's cutting off his air, his mask is drawing to his face. And when he's cutting off his air, he's not just cutting off steadily, he's cutting it off and on. That's the best way to try to challenge or force a leak. Go ahead and look down. Go ahead and cut off your ear. And I'm running from top to bottom. Go ahead and cut off your ear. Okay. And just the last resort, go ahead and look forward. And we'll check the eyepieces. Okay? And I'm going to check the other one. Now what you're doing when you're testing, you want to take your time. You want to make sure you go around the perimeter of the seal, make sure the user looks down, looks up, and if you even want to go further with it, you can have them look left and to our right, and you can test around the perimeter that way. Make sure the first thing you check is going to be the filter, the connection, the drinking port, the exhaust valve. Make sure you check the ports first, the attachments, before you check the perimeter.